push it? No, okay.
You're telling me Kari doesn't have
I don't think so.
announcing
Are you
terms?
HO? Are you Ho?
Have I been in GM chat the past, like, 4 months?
Do you think like 80% of the people in GM chat talk in GM chat? Oh, we're live?
Fair.
We're live? We are live.
All right, perfect. I'll send it to Schwartz. Can you mute us for a sec? Good evening, SHL, and welcome to the S89 SHL Entry Draft. A lot of very interesting talent and personalities looking to be drafted and join the SHL family today. We've got a good mix of high energy first gens and recreates a lot of high power recreates TP and career wise. I've had very solid careers coming in. Should be an exciting draft. Any preliminary thoughts, Nike?
No, great class. I mean, it's not quite as deep as it was when the J draft rolled around, but still a pretty deep draft, all things considering. It's been a really fun class to scout, and I'm excited to see where folks land.
All right, I think we're good to just dive into it. I do just want to say congratulations to Seattle Argonauts for their back-to-back cup. We've got to acknowledge the champs when we're here at the draft, the finality of the old season, start of the new. So congrats again to Seattle.
And as always, a special thank you to our draft helpers who you won't necessarily see on the screen, but are here. Kari is running Sheets, so thank you, Kari. And then Riser is running OBS for the draft for the first time. So thank you, Jay Riser, for one, learning all of that today, and two, being here for the next 2 to 3 hours. So
And this will bring us to Hamilton with the first overall pick. They were actually like a top 8 team in the league this year. But they acquired this pick from Tampa Bay a couple seasons ago, and it's paid off pretty well for them, leading to the first overall selection. And the pick is in.
This was a pick that we thought might get moved, but certainly.
Well, just like
Hamilton is adding a first overall
NHL entry draft that just happened, I think the pick movement was a little hard. But yes, at first overall, we have Carmine Lazar. These are Scarlet Mantis. Max earning TP. The bank's a little light, but this is after training and everything, seasonal coaching. It's very high energy first gen. Very talkative, especially about their lizard original character art. But a lot of energy coming in from this person. They're going to be bringing in a lot of activity to the locker room and a max earning player for the foreseeable future. It's a great pick by Hamilton.
Yeah, hugely active in the rookie gen chat. I think that Hamilton obviously spent a lot of time in scouting, kind of bouncing back and forth, and Scarlet has a ton of activity. And I think for a Hamilton locker room that's already got a great group, this is just a good ad for them.
Yeah, and this will bring us up to the San Francisco Pride, up at the second overall selection. GMs of Gabe and some guy named Jay Riser running this team. We'll see what direction they're going. They've been very first gen heavy. We'll see if that continues.
And I have the lovely pleasure of having picked behind SFP for like 4 consecutive seasons and not being able to figure out who they're going to pick in front of me. So Riser and Gabe are both very good with keeping secrets.
I think the secret is if you don't know before, you can't say anything.
Also fair.
But yeah, at pick 2, the San Francisco Pride are pleased to select a Pepperidge Farm from the St. Louis Scarecrows, the user Spidey. Spidey's a longtime user, joined in season 4 with Kane Webb, who played on the Dragons for, he was a Hall of Famer as well. Max earning player, the bank kind of speaks for itself at 322 million. Uh, he's the kind of player you're going to love to have on your team because all the hundreds of defensemen who actually create and want to be the offensive defenseman are going to love playing with him because he's your stay-at-home shutdown guy. He's, Pepperidge Farm is remembering the days of old when you had the, defensive physical shutdown guy in the pairing rather than all the newfangled kids who just want to score. Great pick. Spidey's going to be a mainstay on the Pride back end for a long time.
Yeah, I mean this is a slam dunk. Spidey's been around the block. Spidey's last player, right? Spent quite a number of seasons in SFP on part of those cup teams.
Yeah. Then went to Edmonton, won a cup there as well. Then went to Minnesota and was a big part of their turnaround. His last player is going to be another future Hall of Famer. Him and Dominic Winters were one of the most probably, I'd say unquestionably the most dominant duo of the 70s probably, or the 80s.
Yeah, so just a great pick for SFP. Somebody that has to already be in their locker room, I would think.
This will bring us up to pick 3. The Madison Valkyries are on the clock. A team that has kind of mired in lower mediocrity for a while as an expansion team, but they've been building a plethora of young talent. The Madison Valkyries are continuing to add to that with yet another high pick.
This is not your original pick, right? This pick belonged to.
So if we want the trade tree, this is
Yeah.
the Los Angeles Panthers pick we acquired. That was used in a conditional trade that would have been, if this wasn't a lottery pick, it would have been the Buffalo pick, which has now ended up in Montreal at pick 20. But we got to keep this pick instead because it was a lottery pick that we got from Los Angeles.
So this is not the 5th overall pick.
The 5th overall pick was the one we have from Montreal. We traded to Manhattan.
3 and 5. Okay. All right.
And then our original pick is like 10, I believe. 9 or 10. One of those.
Yeah. One of the two that 10. Yeah.
Perfect. At pick 3, the pick is in. The Madison Valkyries are pleased to select Shadow Zaddy, the user Schwarznar. What can you really say about the newly named co-commissioner that hasn't been said before? Just a force over the site and keeping the damn thing running and helping people where they need help. A very vibrant, fun personality to have in the locker room. Great person to have on the team. Couldn't be happier to bring Schwarz back to Madison.
Yeah, I mean, I love Schwarz. I would have loved to have Schwarz in Chicago. I know that she was thrilled about the opportunity to end up back in Madison after wrapping up her last career in Madison. So, not much to say. I think everybody sort of knew this was coming, right? But I think it's a good ending.
I mean, when you have the chance to take a Schwarz, you do it. You know what I mean? That said, it brings us up to the Chicago Syndicate. Any thoughts on what they're doing? I don't really know these guys that well. Team needs kind of everything, is what I hear.
We'd love some defense, but this draft is a little bit lighter on defense. Although there's a couple of really good defensemen still available here at 4. But I similarly to Shadow Zaddy at 3 was telegraphing for most of the scouting season what we might think we want to do here at 4.
Yeah, and the pick is in. The Chicago Syndicate at pick 4 are pleased to select Brian McGlynn, the user Definia, a powerhouse first-gen user coming from the SSL. I've heard only fantastic things about Definia. Everyone who's scouted them or talked about them has said that they're a great fit, going to Maxer and be a great person in the locker room and the team. Yeah, slam dunk of a pick. This is one of the top first gens for sure, and getting them at 4 is always a great spot to be in.
Yeah, I mean, I was so excited to get to know Definia during the scouting season. Really close with a couple of our SSL friends in Chicago. So Definia and McLumberjack, I believe, are GMs together, or I don't know what managers together in the SSL. So I had a large army of people trying to convince me that Definia was the right pick, and then I spent some time chatting with Definia, and I'm really excited. I think we're just gonna have to get him on the podcast game to get the bank up, but otherwise, earning is phenomenal.
Yeah, earning is I think a lot of especially first gens users who's coming to the J, they don't understand the sheer cost of earning in the SHL. But a lot of them, once they do, grasp that or get told and understand, they tend to make that money and turn it around pretty quickly. They've done the seasonal training as well, which is no small amount of money. So I don't have any concerns about the money for Definia at all. But this will bring us up to the Manhattan Rage at pick 5. They acquired this pick from Madison fairly recently for some S90 selection with some conditions on it, because who doesn't love a good condition? The Rage were originally slated to, they had the highest odds in this class and fell down to 8 in the lottery as they were cursed by the balls. But let's see what direction Sky and newly named code JR95 are going to go. I don't think they're going to take the same player Nike took. That's okay. These things happen. The sheets are confusing for sure. There. Nope, that's not the player either. We're almost there. It's in the middle. There we go. Brian Taylor, the user BGuy75. First gen user with a massive bank account at 24 million. Center with, max earning TP. BGuy has been, in my estimation, there were like 2 first gens that were just absolutely dominant and great fits wherever they would go. It was BGuy and Definia. Definia just went, BGuy being the other one. I think this is a steal at 5, if you can really say that. But yeah, just a fantastic pick. He's a great person. He did a deep dive about deep dives.
Yes.
He wanted to make sure we brought that up, that his deep dive was on deep dives. The deep dive is what it was called. And he also has recently become the Sweden Federation head, taking over that in his first season. A bit of a daunting task, but I think he's up to the job. Great pick for Manhattan.
Yeah, that BGuy is awesome. Got to spend most of the season together, coaching him up a little bit on builds and things in the Vancouver locker room. Had a lot of great chats. I probably talked to BGuy as much as anybody in this class just about the mock and like having a lot of fun trying to figure out where folks are going to go and how the picks are going to fall. So really excited. I think he's going to be happy to end up in Manhattan, and I know that Sky is going to be thrilled at the guy to the locker room.
And this will bring us up to Montreal with their first pick at 6. Newly named co-GM, apologies, Leatherneck Mike has come in, bringing a wealth of simulation GM experience to a relatively new front office in terms of managing experience. So it's been a recent shift. We'll see what direction Montreal is going at 5.
6.
6, yes, I can count. Sol Rivas, the user Schizo. Max earning TPE. Bank is solid at 2 million. Again, could use some work, but that's totally fixable. And after coaching, you spent a good chunk of change. This is one of my favorites because he is a big Juraj Slavkovsky fan coming from Slovakia. He also likes Thomas Tatar. Yeah, he's a great scout. I've heard coming from the Kraken, which tends to always bring in a couple great users to each class. I think it's a great pick for Montreal, and he should be a great core piece moving forward.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun scouting Schizo. Obviously, like you said, the Kraken locker room, every class pops together a couple top picks, and Schizo's no different. I think that energy wise, everything that you could ask for in a first gen, and we had a couple of fun conversations about. I think Schizo mentioned that they work in a convenience store or a gas station kind of combo, and it's like I have good days at work and then I have bad days at work, and the bad days at work are when some drunk guy like just consistently walks in and out of my gas station, and for whatever reason I found that story hilarious, and we just kind of like riffed on that for a day or two. It was a
Also,
good
which
fun
which
unique.
animated movie is that render from? I want to say Atlantis, but I'm not sure.
No idea.
We'll have to check that. Give me 1 second. Well, this is more important than the next pick. Whoever is 7, I apologize, but Schizo's render is more important than you are. Here we go. Sol Rivas, Cale Tucker, and that is from Titan AE. Oh, that's a good movie. It's got a really good voice cast, actually. Not very known, but yes. Anyways, great render. But this brings us up to pick 7. At pick 7, the Winnipeg Aurora are pleased to select. Coming from the Yukon Malamutes, it's Aaron Yeager, the user Jexter. I believe it's the second or third in TP in this class, 200 mil in the bank. Jexter's a great guy. Just very smart in general, knows a lot of things. Big history nerd. Can talk about sports, basically any sport you want to talk about. Really likable guy. You could never really have a problem with him. Easygoing. Plays defense, which is really hard to come by in this class. Yeah, wonderful selection for Winnipeg. Jex is going to be a dynamo on that back end with a lot of great young talent they have coming up.
Yeah, I think when you look at the defense in this class, there's super top heavy. I think that's not to say that there aren't like 5 or 6 really great defenders here probably in the first round ish, but I think Jex and Spidey were kind of head and shoulders in that top 5 category. So for Winnipeg to be having the opportunity here to take Jex at 7, I think it's a can't miss pick, and Jex is awesome.
There's also a return, as his last player was drafted at Winnipeg as well, although under a different management. This will bring us up to the cursed lottery ball itself, pick 8. What should have been pick 1 has fallen to these depths, but I'm sure they'll get some good talent with it anyways. At pick 8, the Manhattan Rage are pleased to select Zurong Jawbreaker, the user I Hate Racing. That looks like a figure skater. I'm not sure who it is. I'm sure we can find out. But yeah, great locker room addition. And got some very solid TPE, and the bank's pretty good. And defense, again, another premium position. The profile is looking really good for the selection so far here. I just pulled it up, but thank you. Yeah, great render. It's also just a sidebar, but a lot of hockey players themselves take figure skating just to help with balance and other skating things. But yeah, great pick by Manhattan. Uh, really building on the back end, which is always difficult to do, and should be a good selection.
I'm drafting at the wheel right now, so you gotta you gotta roll for me.
Yeah, at pick 9 and 10, we have back-to-back selections for everyone's favorite balls time, the Tampa Bay Barracuda. McZ has been, in a word, aggressive since coming in as the Tampa Bay GM. I don't think anyone has been more willing to just make a move up to get what he wants. And he has brought a veracity in his moves and decisions that is fun and refreshing. It's entertaining to watch Tampa with McZ in charge. And let's see what direction they're going to go at pick 9. The Barracuda are pleased to select David Casper, the user Jumpier Pegasus. Mac, I think that's second in TP or third at 361. The bank is non-existent at this point, but keeping in theme with the Tampa roster he has so far, it's every old user who was around a long time ago ends up in Tampa Bay at some point. JP is known as the is his first player. Zach Miller is who the Zach Miller Award is named after. He's an incredibly friendly guy, good person to have in the locker room. Very easygoing to talk, and hang out with. Has had some trouble staying active on a couple past players, but he's got some changes in his work schedule that he's hoping are going to let him stay and make an elite SHL player. And Tampa Bay is a great place to do it.
Yeah, love to have JP back. Just like great energy, good quips back and forth. I think long time coming to see JP come back, and I know that Mixie had a couple of folks he was really excited about in this draft, and JP was one of them in the rookie Discord server. JP was like, if I get to 9 or 10, there's basically no way that Tampa's not taking me, and I think that here we are at 9, and that has proven to be true.
Yeah, this will bring us up to pick 10 with Tampa Bay back on the clock, back-to-back selections. The pick is in, and they will be selecting Mika Jones, the user Thunder39. Another uh, tied for second in TP, I suppose. Player, defense, the bank is huge from the Ottawa Highlanders. Thunder39 also made the Nashville Sound as well as the Denver Guardian logos, I believe. So that's a neat little fact about Thunder39 as they're being selected. The Jones family, I believe, is where all or most of his players have come from before. Defense is a premium position again, and should be a great pick for Tampa as they are collecting an assortment of youth and going to be a force to be reckoned with in the future for sure.
Yeah, this is a good pick. I think Thunder is probably in that, like, right in that conversation of really top defensemen in this class. We had some fun scouting chats. Obviously, the bank is great. I know not a first gen, obviously, but I think Tampa Bay's gonna be pretty happy. Jones, if Thunder can build, I think the last player capped out right around 1,000 TP. So if you just take that momentum and expand, Tampa's gonna be pretty happy. And it looks like we've got a surprise guest on the panel at the minute. Ace,
what's
you?
up? That's me. What's up, fellas? What a pick right here. Oh, I don't know about the king. You shame me every time, Hiff. But Thunder, a quick comment about Thunder. Fantastic user. One of the most creative folks in our community. He really helped us out a lot over in Nashville with our initial branding and jerseys and stuff. So yeah, the Barracuda got a steal here with this guy. Just a stud.
Perfect. Yeah, no, it's a great pick. It'll bring us back at 11 to Chicago. Their second pick of the draft. Was it the third team with 2 picks we have in the top 11?
Isn't that just like the story of the
Yeah,
last
this has been. We've really got
4 or 5 drafts?
stratified in terms of just amassing picks at the top end in certain teams. But I digress. The syndicate at pick 11 will be selecting Axel Hjaller, the user Symmetric. Max earning TP 359, over 100 million in the bank. Member of head office. Last player hit 2K TPE and was one of the best goalies of his time. This is a great pick. He's going to be a force for the syndicate. They are amassing a lot of really good talent and people at the same time. So I'm excited to see what the syndicate's future is going to look like. If they traded Alaris, I'd like them a lot more, but alas, great pick.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled to have Sim.
What a good pick here. No, I love it. Like, this is the safest of safe picks. Like, you're getting a slam dunk pick here with Symmetric. They've got the track record of creating very, very successful players. They're active in the locker room. They're happy to be in the war room. Like, I messaged him in my scouting chats, and he's like, listen, I'm like up for whatever, and I will help out anywhere I go. And he was very high up on my list because of his time in Winnipeg under my team, and just a fantastic pick here. Well done, Nike.
I'm most excited for Sim to get to play as a skater and like actually enjoy being a high earner rather than being a goalie. Not to say that we don't have that there isn't value in having some number of goalies, but for Sim, like being a max earner, actually getting to score points and being here at 11, I was like no brainer for us. So excited.
I think that the thing with goalies is that like you have fun, and then when you're done with goalie, you're done with goalie. You're ready to try something new. That's a theme we've seen often. But yeah, excited to see Sim's career for sure. Axel should be a great fit for the syndicate. And at pick 12, we have a trade to announce. Can do. There's a little sports center update. The Cincinnati, I was going to say syndicate. Jeez, that wouldn't roll off the tongue though. The Cincinnati, what is their team? Bridges? 6. That's the one.
6.
Okay. Cincinnati 6 are moving pick 12 to Edmonton in exchange for pick 18, the Edmonton first this season, as well as the season 92 Montreal first. If that first is in the lottery, though, that pick does go to S93 the following season and become the Denver selection in that year. So that's 12 for 18 and a future first. Edmonton is now on the clock.
This is a good value trade, certainly for Cincinnati to move back 6 spots and pick up another first. I know it's 92.
There is a really good chance that second pick could be something really good.
Yes, I mean lottery protected, of course, but still.
Even the following one, it depends on Denver's age and everything, but you never know. It could be a good pick. Some interesting decision for sure.
I got to also give a nod to Edmonton there, because having the foresight to ensure that lottery protection's in place, that's not something that a lot of GMs have. So, but yeah, I mean, it's Seven's playbook, right? I mean, he always is looking for value whenever he's up, and he certainly strikes pay dirt again here.
Yeah, he went to the pawn shop with the draft picks and came out with a pretty good deal. But yeah, at pick 12, the Edmonton Blizzard are pleased to select from the main timber. Nope.
Yes, I think that's right.
No, it's not. That was Sim again.
Oh, the main timber was correct. Sorry, you spoke correctly. The player was wrong.
Yes. It's still Sim. Here we. Oh no, that's Sim still.
Sim's just getting drafted back-to-back picks.
Sorry, you actually lose Sim. He's going to Edmonton now. Sucks to suck, Nike.
It happens.
You'll do a line and get over it, I'm sure.
When will it die? Still Sim.
I think it might be one of the things where like they actually have the same player in 2 spots. You can keep looking. We'll announce the player. It's Aria
it's like
Larame, the user Melody Gerhardt, coming from the main timber. This is the it's a bit of a different looking pick in terms of the earning profile. The TP is definitely on the lower end compared to the rest of the users. The bank is very light. Didn't do their deep dives, for instance. But sometimes when you have a player you have a good scouting conversation with, and you're convinced can be a good earner, even if they haven't been so far, they can surprise and go higher. There have definitely been users who have outperformed their draft pick despite not having the best profile on draft day. Edzis Ozolins, Shawnee comes to mind, as well as plenty of other ones. So this is by no means a death sentence. That is not the best looking pick. But the fit and the user matters a lot more than just draft day TPE for sure.
Yeah, and this is a user that in the rookie Discord was actually super active in Gen Chat. At least as I can remember over the course of like the last week. So it could be, and I just don't know enough about the specific user, but it's possible that joined a little bit later. Earning is actually probably per week, maybe, or per day. Whatever the normal stats
I will
are.
tell you that I had a conversation with this particular user today, and I asked them if they were ready for the draft, and they asked me what draft. And I informed them it was the SHL draft, and they said, "Oh, I'm in the minors." I was like, "Oh, we're aware, but you're eligible for the SHL draft." They're like, "Oh, you're the first GM I've heard of." So yeah, pretty interesting here. But it was fantastic conversation, really great individual. Obviously, sometimes when you're a franchise and you just have a feel about the quality of the prospect and the conversation that you have, it really doesn't matter what they've done at the J level. Like their first season in the J is just a blip on the radar of what it is to create a productive high-end earner over the course of a full SHL career. So obviously Edmonton saw something that was productive there and made that pick. But yeah, congratulations to you, Melody Gearhart, on this pick here, and good luck in Edmonton.
Going to a team with a long vaunted history of success, for sure. This will bring up the Philadelphia Forge at pick 13, though. We'll see what direction Ass and Co are looking to go. At pick 13, the Forge are selecting Cameron Poe, the user wearing a bear. Love the Nick Cage runner. That's hilarious. Coming from the Vancouver Whalers, wearing a bear is a history of making very successful players. The bank is excellent, 76 million. The max earning, everything you want to see is here. Great pick, great username, slam dunk.
Yeah, I mean, when you get a player like this, once again, I mean, I said something about Sim being a sure thing earlier. It's very much the case here. So, Philly is a savvy organization run by really smart general managers, and they go back to the well to get a player that they can count on developing into a top tier SHL level contributor. So, savvy pick.
Yeah, Bear's always a ton of fun too, right? Like just a great ad for a locker room, super reliable, no nonsense. So I think this is I'm actually pretty surprised that Philly's even picking in this high because they've been so good the last couple of years. I assume that that's not their natural first.
I think this was no, because I think this is them losing round 1 is what happened.
Oh, that's right, because they
I can
played New
check the
England in
playoffs,
round 1.
but-
Yeah, New England in round 1.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. Lost to New England in Game 7. Close series. Anyways, yeah, very good pick. This will bring up back-to-back sound selections. Let's hope the GM is of sound mind when making these decisions.
I was going to say the sound
Probably not.
selections. The sound selections is probably not so sound.
Yeah, the first pick will bring up Alex Taylor, the user Gonthor. Max earning TP defenseman. The bank again very low at the negative 1.3 million, but definitely fixable coming from the Colorado Raptors. I've had the pleasure of talking with Gonthor. We've played some Path of Exile 2 lately. He's also put out a couple really fun media articles today. Been very motivated and interested in the draft process and excited for it. I think it's going to be a really solid pick for the Sound, who have made a bit of just a slight overhaul to the roster composition this offseason. But yeah, should be a great pick.
Yeah, it was a bit of a tough decision for us. I mean, we were at a bridge for our franchise where we were like, we could still just keep kicking the can down the road and get to the first round and get our asses kicked by Manhattan, or not Manhattan, New England and Philadelphia and everybody else every single season. But it was a time where we had to kind of decide, well, do we sell assets and try to pick up draft capital? And that's what we did. And I really, really had some productive conversations with this user. They were very, very enthused, very engaged, and in a locker room that could use a jolt of life, having somebody like Gonthor was very appealing to us. So very happy that Gonthor was able to be a part of the Nashville Sound franchise here. So welcome on behalf of the organization itself.
Yeah, Gonthor's gone crazy, I think, this week on media. I think there's 2 articles in the last 2 or 3 days. So the earning is not going to be a problem, I don't think, especially with the draft, the double draft media. Plus that, I would imagine that 1 million turns into 10 million in the next couple of days. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe the article they posted was supposed to be like players and what they would respond to questions on draft day. Like, you just got drafted. Here's some press conference answers. Had some fun stuff. Got some of the rookies involved for a collaborative media piece. So good initiative, and money's always good to have. This will bring us to 15, though. The Sound, with their back-to-back selection and second of 3 in the next 4, will be selecting Yeti. These are BBJYGM. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is that how you do it, or is there like a...
You nailed it.
Never heard it any other way.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Coming off the career with the greatest shot blocker in SHL history, Hodor.
Yeah.
Another single first name player, Yeti, heading to the Nashville Sound from the Ottawa Highlanders. Max earning TP. The bank's enormous. Only great things to say about BBJYGM. He's a great person, great user. He's going to hit 2K TPE. He's going to be a franchise mainstay, and it's an absolute steal at pick 16.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say that you didn't just say? I mean, I've already said sure thing for a couple other users. When I saw that this person was here after I took a really high energy first gen, I was like, what else can I do other than take the safety net, the absolute parachute that is BBJYGM? I mean, he's been basically single-handedly running the SHL Fantasy League for I don't even know how long. Basically, I'm pretty sure the child, if it was alive that amount of time that he's been running it, could probably drive at this point now. So just super, super excited to have Yeti in a Nashville Sound uniform when they're ready to graduate from the J.
Yeah, and BBJY is probably as loyal as they come, right? I don't think in all of their players have ever played for more than one team. I could be wrong, but Hodor spent his entire career in Texas, and I want to say BBJGM's prior player played their entire career in either New or Philly.
You could be right. I don't recall that off the top of my head.
Yeah, we had Slap McShoddy in New England, and he was a lifer until I think I probably traded him away in one of my inevitable ace rebuilds. But yeah,
the ace special. Yep.
As loyal as they come until Ace gets
until I yeet you out of my franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will bring us to pick 16, where the Pride are making their second selection of the draft. Let's see what direction they're going to go. At pick 16, the Pride are pleased to select Roman Lockwood, the user Zeke the Geek. And if you're a geek, you're definitely in the right hobby, playing simulation hockey with a Caden Gooley render. But very solid TP, a slight touch below max earning, but very solid. The bank's at minus 590,000. Definitely needs some work there, but not a concern. Definitely fixable. Defense is a premium position. We'll say that all night. Should be a great pick and a good, solid hockey name. Reminds me of a Hammerlick, kind of.
My
Yeah, GM of Raffia is a kind of a big knock, but we can look past that.
this is getting us into the, let's see. And this is Zeke's first player, right? Jay Reiser. I wanted to say that it was, but the name is so familiar to me. It might be that Zeke is in other sim leagues.
Yeah,
oh
I
no,
don't have a lot of expertise.
Came from Hockey Junkie, so it's a YouTuber, a YouTube user. The name just looked familiar to me during scouting.
I think we've had a lot of geek. I don't know if you've had many geeks.
Just a few.
Just one or two.
Maybe a geekazoid here or there.
Yeah. But this will bring us to the third Nashville selection, pick 17. Ace, was there something that had you particularly enamored with this class to want to get 4 first-round picks?
Trying to get a regionals going for Nashville. But yeah, this class particularly was appealing to me because it looked pretty intriguing from the outside when I didn't have any picks. Because I didn't going into about a week before the draft, but it was just so deep and a lot of first gens that were really, really appealing here.
Jay Reiser, when you talk, for whatever reason, the YouTube stream can't hear you. so something about your streaming is not picking up your microphone.
If it's only Discord, your Discord doesn't hear yourself, so that would be
your
why.
Discord is deafened.
You have to have
he has
your
to add
mic as
himself
well
as-
as the
yeah.
Discord unlocked.
You have to add yourself as an audio source.
A back end look into how annoying OBS can be.
OBS is the bane of my existence.
Can you hear me now?
That brings us to Nashville again at 17. Sorry, we got caught.
Yeah.
I was going to say, can you hear me now?
Down. Yep.
Good. Yeah. Wow. OBS. Crazy. I was saying prior to it, I'll find a hair again on Roman Lockwood that, again, being the GM of Ratvia, their new create, super excited to have them. I'll just chime in and say that before we move on to Nashville.
Okay. And the YouTube chat says that they can hear you loud and clear now. So success.
Perfect. At pick 17, though, the Nashville Sound are pleased to select Butters Stotch. That's really annoying that it's not Scotch. I'm going to hate that for years. But Butters, the South Park render coming from the San Diego title. Max earning TP. The bank is, needs a bit of work, but they've already done seasonal training, so that's okay. I've heard great things about this user. Just a fun scout, great person having a locker room. Should be a great fit for the Sound for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great chat with Butters, and the render's top tier. I mean, anytime you can have somebody like that in a Nashville Sound uniform, it definitely increases your draft stock as far as I'm concerned. So, once again, trying to get some new life into the locker room and having a first gen like Butters in here definitely helps out a lot. So, yeah, excited to have him and welcome to Nashville.
Yeah, this will bring us to Cincinnati at pick 18. We'll have the 6 with their first actual pick, unless, do we have a trade? No trade. The pick is in at pick 18. The Cincinnati 6 are pleased to select Jimmy Silverhand, the user Jimmy Smo 27. The bank's a bit light, but defense is sorry, not the bank is the TP is a bit light, but the bank is excellent. The position is excellent. The render, is that the Metal Gear Solid guy? I have no idea. Someone have to tell me. But yeah, it should be a great pick.
It's from
sure
Cyberpunk.
That's just supposed to be Keanu Reeves.
It's from Cyberpunk.
Okay, that's sure. we got Keanu from Cyberpunk over here. I'm gonna get roasted for this one, but I don't. I've never played that game, so I don't know. But yeah, Jimmy's the sim head. Puts a lot of time and effort into the site. His last player was a goalie. Put in a lot of work. Was his highest TPE player yet. Didn't quite have the success he wanted. He's on a new player, and ending up in Cincinnati should be a good fit for him long term as he looks to help the Six towards the Challenge Cup.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of funny when I reached out to Jimmy to do scouting chats. He's like, "Listen, Ace, like I am the busiest somebody could potentially be, like just incredibly busy with back end sim stuff. Yeah, I really don't have time for scouting chats." I was like, "Well, let's make this really easy, Jimmy. Like, will you play for my team? Like, I know you're gonna earn, and I know you have enough bank and everything. So, like, just make it clear." He's like, "Are you gonna stay as a GM?" I was like, "Yep." He's like, "Good, I'm in." So, very brief. That's what you're gonna get with Jimmy. Once again, I've said this a million times with some of these recreates. Safe bet. Great pick here.
Yeah, this will bring us up to 19 with New England. The New England Wolfpack are pleased to select Pork Belly, the user Rankle. Pork Belly is the superior, way to eat pork compared to bacon. I'll die on this hill.
But what about pork tenderloin?
Pork tenderloin turned into pulled pork, also a great call out. But yeah, the pork generation with Rankle has stayed consistent. The TP is a bit lower than you'd like, but the money's great. You'll expect on earned. He's probably not going to hit 2K TPE, but he'll be a very comfortable 16, 1700 TPE player, someone to rely on for your team and have in the long term, and a good selection.
This is masterclass Luke as usual. Like reliable, late in the first round, not gonna miss. Somebody in the locker room they already know. Spent most or all of their last career in New England. All wins.
Yeah, and will inevitably score like a Challenge Cup game-winning goal at some point as a 2K player. That's just how it works for Luke.
Luke winning the Challenge Cup is quite the reach. In the current era, I should say. Sorry.
Yeah, that was Nike, not me, for legal purposes.
Luke was trying to convince me that the two-way forward role was good this week, and as long as he holds that opinion, I'm not sure the Challenge Cup is in his future, unless we're going back to FHM 8.
Yeah, everybody knows you just grab whatever tactics the Challenge Cup winner has, and you just copy them.
Well, I mean, we do have to note that Luke did point out he is planning to step down around the end of the year. He brought in a new co-GM to mentor to take his place in Voltage Fusion. So congrats to Voltage Fusion for that job, and make sure to, absorb everything Luke has to offer. He's been a very successful GM for a long time.
Yeah, Voltage is awesome. Like, I couldn't have picked a better person to follow up Luke, in my opinion.
Just happy to see the Wolfpack in good hands.
And hopefully that means Luke will have more time to spend on the portal and the index for all those quality of life updates we're looking for.
Apologies for the delay. I'm getting roasted everywhere for not knowing that was Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Canadian legend Keanu Reeves.
He did look like a video game character. I know Keanu Reeves. I've seen Speed with Sandra Bullock. Anyways,
of all the movies you're gonna pick, that's the movie you pick. Like, what?
What other movie has he been in?
Keanu Reeves,
Youngblood.
who
Okay,
has
good
his
point. He was in Youngblood with Patrick Swayze. Yeah.
I hate you so much. I'm so triggered right now.
Oh, there's another movie he was in where he was a minor character. I can't think of the name, but it would be good rage bait too. Anyways, I digress. Pick 20, the Montreal Patriots are up. They will be making their second first-round pick of this draft, and they are pleased to select Jack O'Driscoll, the user Blambino, one of the people who was roasting me in the YouTube chat. Shout out Blambino. Very solid TP at 340. The bank, we're going to say this ad nauseum all night. Little light, definitely something to be worked on. But a solid user coming in, a Habs fan, with the, I'm guessing, with the Demidov render. Love to see that. But excited to see how he's going to do for the Patriots moving forward. Looking like a solid selection so far. And Blambino is a fun thing to say, just blam.
Yeah, Blambino was very popular in the Chicago locker room. I think mostly led by Slicer, having been in Newfoundland with them all year. But I think it's a great pick for Montreal. Montreal's made some really good picks here in the first round, I think, between Skizzo and Blambino. Picking at 6 and 20, that's two great ads for a team that's still young and new set of GMs, first time through a scouting cycle. So should put them in good shape.
Yeah, no, Montreal's made two very good picks, and both Habs fans. So 2 Habs fans to Montreal is pretty neat to see. Is New England taking Bruins fans these days, or how's that? Are we fitting the theme?
It's not even in my. It's not in my scouting conversations anymore. I don't. That used to be like a very high thing to ask. Is like what team somebody supports, but we have strayed so far from.
I mean, I have to know because there's no way I'm taking a Sens fan. You just can't do it.
But
I'll
the
take a
majority
Bruins
of
fan. I'll take a Leafs. I won't take a Sens fan. Not a chance.
there's so many folks that are joining the league now that are not even really hockey fans. It's like
they're just here because they were told it was D&D with a hockey skin.
Right, exactly. Which is awesome and it's fun. It's just like that used to be the single thread for everybody to chat about, and now
yeah, you could just talk hockey, yeah. But now
Yeah.
it's now we're boomers and remembering the old days, and no one cares about the NHL. I digress. We're back. Atlanta on the clock with their first round pick, and they will be selecting Canadian basketball legend Sim Boular. These are sympathies. Max earning TP 361. The bank is huge. Atlanta's his preferred home. It's been no secret to anyone. Loves being in Atlanta. Ends up back there. It's a great selection. Me, Cool, and Hot Dog are going to be ecstatic. I'm sure Sympathy's, very happy to go back. And great fun render, and put out a pretty good. I think it was his deep dive or a media article on who Simbular himself was, and just like his take on the story to end up in the SHL, and it's a very good pick.
Yeah, I reached out to Sim. I was like, "Hey, buddy, it's been a long time since I chatted with you. Drafted you back in New England way back when. Looking forward to doing these scouting chats." And I got a very punctual response. Ace, I love you. Don't draft me. So that was fun. Good luck.
I received a very similar message and was like, "All right, cool. Save me time."
Yeah, this will bring us back to Nashville with what is that, fourth first round selection of the draft at pick 22. They are pleased to select Ice Wizard, the user UHNP. Which Ice Wizard is this? Because there's so many games with graphics like this and wizards.
Oh, that's on. I mean, I don't know what you're asking me here. Just a really, really cool conversation. Ice Wizard wants to be, quote, the best possible center he can be. He's just a multi-league guy, so he's in another sim league. But I had a productive conversation with him. Hopes to be a max earner, so really, really excited to have that energy in the Nashville locker room and continuing the momentum as we do this quick little rebuild here.
So I was talking with the render. It's from Clash Royale, per his page.
Okay.
But how long before you bully him to change positions to wing or defense?
Approximately 4 weeks.
Fair enough. Duly noted. But yeah, great pick. The profile for the draft looks good. The render's great. Uh, should be a great pick from the San Diego title heading to the Sound. This will bring us to Hamilton at pick 23 with their second first round pick. Let's see what direction the Steelhawks are going to go in. Yeah, and they will take April Moonflower, the user Lady Lunaria. The TP solid, the bank's decent. It's a bit of a surprise, as all reports had them as being a J only player potentially. But if Hamilton's got an inside track here, this could be a really good pick for the Steelhawks. A great person to have in the locker room and bring onto the team. A wonderful person to talk to in the scout. But yeah, it really depends on that scouting information for the long term viability of this selection for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit of a head scratcher, but I'm without having the inside knowledge and like doing a full scrape of every player that's coming in. I can understand where Ham is looking at a sheet, and that's Lady Lunaria in any other draft is certainly a top 10 to 15 pick.
100%.
I do appreciate the oop from the friend who also had the similar J only vibes, seeing the selection. So that makes me think that might be a J only player, but I digress. We'll see. People change their mind sometimes when they get into a groove, get into a good locker room. They want to stay longer and keep it going, and nothing wrong with that either way. But our last pick of the first round, the SHL champion Seattle Argonauts, back to back, will be making their selection, and they will take at pick 24, Alan Derek Cap, Bill Murray runner. That's a great
What
pick.
a renter.
I know him from Space Jam. Where do you guys know him? But that's COA, the former GM of Manhattan. Great person in the locker room, very funny. I think it's our second Slovakian taken in the first round. I doubt that's ever happened in SHL history where we've had two Slovakian user first rounders. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, a great pick. COA is a great guy to have. The money's there, the TP's there. Should be a great fit for Seattle. And taking him a one pick before Manhattan is truly, truly comedy.
Did Koa specify in his render old Bill Murray, or is it just Bill Murray? I hope it's
That's a
old
good
Bill
question.
Murray.
Here we go. He had his render is actually Nazem Kadri.
Okay. Nazem looks a little different. I know he's getting a little older, a little long in the tooth.
Yeah, this
but,
is that trade to Colorado really just pushed him into vet
wow.
status.
Jeez.
Damn.
This is
took
what
a
happens
couple
when you lose to
years
the
off.
Vegas Golden Knights.
But I think we're going to take a quick break after the end of the first round. And we'll be back to you shortly. Welcome back, everyone. Round 2 of the SHL Draft brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, it's the only drink worth drinking. We have the Manhattan Rage up on the clock to select at pick 25. And we'll see what direction they are going.
And so round 2 is going to be super interesting because Manhattan owns all of the seconds.
Yes. And they're going to take Henry Galloway, the user Happy Times. This is another user where, the TP is great. It looks very good on the outside. The bank is the concern. If you can get the bank going, it would be a very good pick. If you had a great scouting conversation, they have a plan to make money. That's the big concern moving forward. But from the outset, looks like a good pick and definitely fixable. So looking forward to it.
Happy Times and I chatted a little bit during scouting. Really wants to be part of just an active, fun locker room experience, which I think certainly we'll get in Manhattan. So I actually thought Happy was likely to end up in the first round, just sort of there towards the tail end. So right here at the top of the second round makes a ton of sense to me. I think it's a great ad for Manhattan.
Yeah, I will shout out Fanto for saying these are my kind of users. These are the Fanto bins of the SHL Draft, the second round where the bank is the question mark, and it really will be a driver in how far they can go if they stay active and interested. But definitely still valuable and great users for the team. And this will bring the Montreal Patriots on the clock at pick 26. Oh, we lost Ace.
He back.
Yeah. Just waiting for the pick to be in.
Let's see. Do we have the pick? Is this pick traded? No, this is
No.
right.
So we have it on the board there. I could talk about it a bit while we get the card up. We're just waiting on Jay Reza here. But yeah, it's going to be Mike Mitchell, the user Sauce M. I remember when I was scouting, I was talking to you, Nike, about this actually. We were like, this user, like I know this person, like the Sauce M, like that's 100%. But no, we just like there's another old user with a very similar name. We just got completely confused. The first gen user coming out of Yukon. He's got a very different Discord username. It's Awesome Hockey Guy.
Yeah.
He's a San Jose Sharks fan. He's been really great in Yukon. Very active and talkative. Fun guy to talk to. He's actually skipping his brother's baby shower today to watch the SHL Draft. So shout out to your brother. Congrats on the kid. I guaranteed he'd be a first rounder, so I lied to him today, and that's my fault. But should be a great pick. He's a great guy, wonderful to have in the locker room. Needs to work on the bank, go earn some money, so you can be a long-term player. But a great pick.
Yeah, I echo everything you just said. If the activity wise, everybody that I've talked to in Yukon is super effusive with praise about how awesome Sauce is, or awesome hockey guy to have in the locker room. Has a great scouting chat.
Is everyone Alaris?
Alaris, Fla. Who else is in Yukon? I don't know. I can't keep track anymore.
I'm in Yukon, and I can also attest that they are a great LR ad.
I don't know that guy. He didn't steal my Yukon records. What a dick. Anyways, Manhattan back on the clock at pick 27 with their first of like 8 second round picks. Sky, big fan of the number 2. We'll see what direction they're heading in. The pick is in at pick 27. The Manhattan Rage are pleased to select Allison Tennant, the user Faye Faya. Max earning TP with a solid bank, but this is the other half of the duo that was planning to have a J-only career. So you're definitely getting a good locker room ad, someone to spend time with. But unless something changes in the future, you're getting 4 seasons of their J player and then moving forward.
Yeah, 4 seasons of budget, and then likely recreating to hopefully end up in QCC, I think, with a bunch of other folks.
It's not always the worst thing if you can get a good LR ad, because having someone in the locker room who's active keeps the discussion going. Having a good locker room, makes people earn. It makes your team better. It's imperative to have one if you want to be a long-term contender. So even if they're only getting for the J season and it's a great LR ad, sometimes that's enough for a second round pick. Yeah, just got a conversation with them. They're a great user, great person to talk to, and like I said, I'm not mad at the pick, even if it's a J only player. That'll bring us up to the San Francisco Pride at pick 28. And they're taking Julia Aurelia Scribonia. This is some really deep 80s lore I don't know that I'm going to get roasted for not knowing, isn't it? Anyways, I digress. These are Schmelmorg from the Vancouver Whalers. 324 TP minus 1.4 million in the bank. The profile, again, 99% of second round picks in any SHL draft need to work on the money, something to work on. But everything's looking good besides, and could be a very good pick. I'll have to pull up the render so we can shout out whatever this is. Mostly for my own curiosity.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I don't know what it is, but it is awesome.
Riley Pinkerton. Now we have to Google search Riley Pinkerton. Musical artist, the Rat Queen of Castle Rat.
Wait, is that an album cover?
I think so.
That's electric.
That's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, should be a fun pick.
I'm happy to chime in on this pick for San Francisco. We spoke with Vancouver's general manager, and something that, again, I think a lot of us need to prioritize and are prioritizing is activity in locker rooms, and especially in a position of need as we need in San Francisco, defense. Hearing that they're active in the locker room, we know they're a decent enough earner. They're good on TPE for a second round pick right there. We're really happy to make that pick, and we're hoping that they chime in the Pride Rock room a lot more often than not.
Yeah, no, I like to pick for the render alone. Honestly, I'm here for it. I want to see some SIGs. I want to see some SHL cards with awards on it. I'm all in. This is a future Hall of Famer. We're calling it here, folks. But this will bring us up to Cincinnati at pick 29. We'll see what direction the Six want to go here. They're taking Brent McBeauty, the user AJW. Big user over in the VHL. Has had a couple players over here with varying quality. But AJW is a great guy to have in a locker room. He's really fun and easy to talk to. Should if you can keep him active and earning on one player for a while, keep him interested, he can be a very solid role piece for your team in the long run. And could be a good pick. Definitely boomer bust for Cincinnati, but hoping for the boom.
Yeah, was definitely at least in Vancouver this season a little bit more active than I was expecting, just knowing the history of AJW. But this is certainly a player that Cincinnati could be excited about in a couple of seasons. The earning was quite good. I mean, for the first season, I think generally we think, above 300 in the second round, you've done something right. And obviously, we started off the cast kind of talking a little bit about this draft being a little bit deeper than the, at least the last few classes. So I think this is probably a nod to that, specifically AJW getting, 335 here early in the second round. And it doesn't look like the class is going to fall off a cliff anytime soon. We've got a couple more folks at that 300 ballpark who are still left to come off the board. So
I think it's not like in the top end of like power users, it might not be as vaunted as other drafts. But if you're talking about like solid first round quality, there's some serious depth to that in this class.
sure.
And some great users to be had even in the second, which isn't always the case. So A lot of great potential here. And speaking of second round picks, we're back to the Manhattan Rage with back-to-back selections. This is their fourth of the first, 6 picks? 7. Fourth of the first 7.
Actually, the interesting and fun thing here is we have a trade.
Sports Center update. Where's the noise?
Do-do-do.
The New England Wolfpack are swooping in to pick 30 in exchange for Manhattan's second round, New England's second round pick in season 92. So that's pick 30 heading to New England for the season 92 New England second round pick to Manhattan. This will bring Luke and Voltage Fusion on the clock, and I'm excited to see what possible direction they could go. There's a lot of options on the board, like you said, all around that 300 TP range. And Luke is a scouting maestro, to be sure. He knows how to find value in the late first, early second quite often.
Yeah, I mean, I think Luke trading up probably tells you a pretty good story about where he's thinking.
Yeah, and he takes a user I thought looked very solid in terms of our scouting. Hoods 91, 338 TP. The bank is empty. There's nothing left. They took the cat. They took the couch. Nothing left to go there. Needs to work on that, but everything else is looking really good. Also on waivers, this I don't know if that's true, but it says waiver pickup by Colorado, which would mean the TP earning is even more impressive. But yeah, I've heard great things about this person as a user. They're dedicated, looking into making graphics, I believe, and should be a good ad for New England.
Yeah, this pick was an absolute groan for me, and Luke immediately pinged me and was like, "Did I just take who you wanted at 32?" And I was immediately like, "Yes," because Hoods is awesome. Hoods and I are in the same SSL locker rooms. A lot of fun. Great person to be around. I think it's just a good ad for New. I do know that Hoods is kind of like, SHL is not my primary league by any stretch. Haven't really logged in the last couple of days, but I think putting that user in the New England locker room is probably a good enough ad to hopefully keep the activity alive. And then I think Colorado also just generally had a really great draft this past draft. And it's probably got a great locker room going at the minute. And so amongst all of those things is probably enough to hopefully keep Hoods active and enjoying the SHL in addition to the other leagues they're in.
I'm going to do the classic hockey commentator thing, and I'm going to liken this pick to another New England pick that when they happened, you were like, that's a steal right away. But the bank was light at the time. Tip Toasty, New England took back in the day.
Yeah.
Very similar. He was great. Everyone knew he was great, but the bank was the big question mark, and he's blown everyone away since then and has been a real gem of a pick. Seems very reminiscent of that selection.
Tip Toasty now a 2,000 TPE player at the top of New England's, Challenge Cup aspirational roster.
But this will bring us back to Manhattan for real this time. They'll be making pick 31. And at pick 31, they will select, psych, it's a trade. Manhattan is trading pick 31 to New Orleans in exchange for the season 90 New Orleans second. This will bring the Spectres on the clock at pick 31. We'll see what direction the Purple Ghosts are going to go, and they're going to take Jay Quellen, the user Yeti Taz. Very solid TP and earning. He has fallen a bit because, similar to JP, but not to a different but similar situation. He has had a lot of players that might not have panned out as ideal as they hoped, but he brings a lot of energy. He brings a lot of old boomer jokes in the locker room, and highness pictures of Kit Kats eating improperly. He's a fun guy to have, but the question is, can you keep him active and earning? And if you can, he'll be a absolute steal of a pick at this point.
Remind me, did you draft Yeti Taz with their last player?
No, I took the first Yeti Taz in Edmonton.
Yeah, the first. Okay. I knew at one point you had drafted Yeti Taz.
I was the original Yeti taker.
I think.
I don't think they have Yetis in Tasmania, though, so I don't get the username.
It's the Kit Kat thing for me that I can't get over the Kit Kat.
Haunted by memories of that Kit Kat. But pick 32, the Chicago Syndicate, who they had hoped would have been Hoods, fall back and will end up selecting Jay Quellen, the user Yeti cat. No. Meekle, don't lie to me. Their Yetis are real. We've seen 2 of them this class.
Twice. This pick was so long ago, I've already forgotten. It's Yeti Taz again. It's Jimothy Barrickson, the right defenseman, Ginger JLD out of Vancouver.
This feels like if you took early AI and said, "Give me an old British name." This is what would pop out.
It's
Jimothy
probably
Barrickson.
Yeah, Jimothy Barrickson. So Ginger JLD, similar to Hoods, is a SSL user that is really awesome. Had the opportunity to kind of watch from afar them in Vancouver this season. Just like a really awesome person, a ton of fun, and I'm super excited for them to join our Chicago locker room and be a part of the team. I think we're gonna have a ton of fun together.
Yeah, no, I like the name. The TP is low, but is it a waiver pickup or is it just getting used to the SHL thing? Not sure there. But hopefully there'll be a key cog in Chicago for a while. Every team needs defensemen, so definitely not a bad gamble. This will bring us to 33 with the Edmonton Blizzard on the clock. Long-awaited SHL held their breath, waiting for the Blizzard to rebuild. It has come. It is here. The Blizzard are no more. They're resetting and retooling with youth, and we'll see what direction they're going for here. Is it Yeti Taz? No, they're taking Hannah Winters, the co-GM, user Alaska. Like I mentioned earlier, Spidey was in the class. He's part of the dynamic duo with Alaska on Dominic Winters that terrorized the 80s, winning, he won 9 cups or something on his last player, something ridiculous. But Alaska is a longtime user, co-GM of the Blizzard. He's also a referee who's refs some AHL games. So you could see him on the TV sometimes and boo him, much like his wife does, apparently. But yeah, a lot of great things to say. He brings a lot to the league and to Edmonton in general, and great to go home.
Grub. It's a bus pick.
This will bring us up to the Manhattan Rage, shocker, picking at 34. And they will be selecting Soren Brown, the user Naso. Again, very similar profile for just about every player we're going to talk about the second round and moving forward. TP is pretty good. Bank, bad. Defense, good. Hopefully they can get that going and fix it. But when you're in the second round, you're going to take gambles on players who are earning well, but maybe don't understand the ins and outs of the SHL and the difference in earning from the J to the SHL, especially. And you'll try your best to identify the players who can kind of sift through those weeds and turn it around.
I'll be right back. I gotta turn a light on. It's like pitch black in here.
Yeah, that'll bring us up to Calgary with their first selection at pick 35. And the Dragons will be selecting
Hold on a minute.
I haven't heard of this player before, but hold on a second. Coming from the Tokyo Blades, right? Played with Taro Tajishimoto.
Is this a Nashville pick or a
I guess
Calgary
it got
pick?
traded at some point because Calgary passed to start the evening, like 20 minutes before the draft.
Yeah, what is going on? Hold on, I'll double check. Picker so far from.
Please bear with us. I know it's a high budget technical program, but
yeah, 35 and 36 should be Nashville back to back.
Okay,
We're good.
back to back Nationals. Yep.
You just have to scroll up 7 years of draft picks is all.
Yep. Coming from the Yukon Malamutes, it's Vendetica, the player Vitek Prohaska. Great LR ad. They're very fun to talk to in the locker room. Good person. Again, TP is not great, but it is a waiver pickup, especially. The money needs work. If you want that long staying power career, you need money. You need to get a job. You need to go work in the mines, write some media, do some graphics. Lots of ways to make money, podcasts, whatever you want, you got it, but you got to do something.
But late join, right? I think
Yep.
joined
yep.
a little,
It's like
little
week,
less than a month ago. Yeah, I mean, like really recently joined. So actually, like the average TP since joining is great, despite the 255. So obviously, Nashville seeing an opportunity there to grab somebody who's just got in before the cutoff of the trade deadline, and otherwise probably would have been in the next class. I'm going to go right back to the well for pick 36.
And the Nashville Sound are selecting Joe the Fly. Pretty fly for a fly guy. JFV 888, similar profile, 311 TP, defense good. Coming from the Quebec City Citadels, the bank is very light. Again, these are all fixable things, but they are things that need to be fixed and worked on to have a long career. I do like the QCC logo on the fly wings.
On the wings, yeah, it's so good. And an upgrade for JFV, I think was picked 46th overall in the J draft and 36, so up 10 spots from draft to draft. Pretty good.
Well, what is this? Hodge was a 5th rounder apparently in the J draft. Ended up going 30. This will put the Patriots on the clock at pick 37. We got Montreal in the works, cooking up some youth. That's what the kids say, right? Cooking. You're young and hip, right?
Definitely not me. Tojo.
This reminds me of Bojo, but no, it's a Toe fan. Tojo Jacob Riberavello. Noah Bogue, coming from the Detroit Falcons. He's a waiver pickup. Bank's decent, all things considered, at 2,282 TP as a waiver pickup. Definitely some potential and juice there. Hopefully they can get him earning. I'm gonna guess that's a rugby render, just based on everything I'm seeing. But naturally, I could be very wrong, and we'll see. But yeah, definitely potential with that pick and a very fun name.
Yeah, Noah's relatively active in the Detroit LR this season. Obviously, the earning on both the cash and the cash and the TPE side is good, but I think just made their first graphic in the last couple of days. So I think just probably a relatively newer user to the idea of sim leagues, and it's just kind of starting to pick up things. So
it's hard for me to comprehend what it's like not knowing sim leagues anymore. You know what I mean? Like just a new user coming in. Just been here so long that it's just like, oh yeah, it's a sim league. There's 36 of them that are all the same.
Yeah, but I mean, we've both been here for like 15 years or whatever it is at this point. It just feels like a it feels like a weird habit you can't get out of, rather than something new to learn.
It's like your Coke habit, right? Anyways, Toronto at pick 38 on the clock. This is their first selection of the draft. We'll see what direction Jay and Sparky are going to go. The pick is in. The North Stars are pleased to select a trade to New Orleans. New Orleans moving up to pick 38 in exchange for their season 93 second. This will put Joe on the clock, with the Spectres being able to make a selection. Let's see what direction they plan to go. They're taking Evil Me Cool, the user Unconfident 69. Last player was a longtime goalie. Had some backup seasons in Atlanta, I want to say, but was loved there and did pretty admirably. Heading to New Orleans. Money's great. TP is solid. Could be better. Could be worse. But a good pick at this point of the draft for a, lower pairing defenseman projection potentially.
I have to imagine Atlanta was hoping for
right after the
Evil.
Pick happened, MeCool said in GM chat, Evil MeCool is not winning the cup. So definitely some jealousy there for sure.
The perfect foil. And I love that Toronto was like, we have one pick. There's still a couple of people left. Let's trade out and then immediately pass the rest of our picks.
This will bring us up to Montreal at pick 39, though. Hold up. MeCool said the render was funny. I got to figure out what this is. 1 second. Evil MeCool.
I mean, it's just a swap of the eyes and the mouth from MeCool's render.
He just wrote, please try to include this somewhere. Let's see what this is. It's the MeCool Discord picture. Okay, very funny. I get it.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay,
it's really good.
But yeah, this will bring us up to Montreal selecting at pick 39. They will be taking Evil MeCool again, back to back. Enzo Reaper, the user Vin. The Reaper family has had a long history in the SHL zeitgeist. I wouldn't say it's particularly successful, but it has been notably existent. He's got some great media, though. He writes great stuff. He's a good writer. Great person to have in a locker room, have a chat with. The names are always great. Would love to see him stick it out and have a great player. If he can, it'd be a great pick for Montreal. But that's to be decided.
Yeah, Vin with their last player just towards the end of their career joined up in Chicago. Not super active in the locker room at that point, but like you said, Hiff was like got the history in the SHL and not always the best earner, but I think a good, reliable, understands kind of the way things work, and that's exactly the kind of player or user for a goalie, because like you can kind of still have a successful career being a mid earner. So I'm hoping for Vin this is a fun experience and gets to join a Montreal team that, again, young and growing, just had a retirement of their existing starting goaltender. So for Vin, it's an opportunity to hopefully graduate from the J right into a SHL starting job.
Absolutely. This will bring us up to the San Francisco Pride at pick 40. I heard a rumor on the draft floor. I don't know if you heard this one, Nike, but I heard their co-GM kind of smells. Did you hear that one?
From SFP?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, move to New York, just the streets are stinky.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us, really. But they'll be taking Boris, the user Boris. Love the continuity there. The TP is, some might say, abysmal, but definitely not a death sentence at all. Shawnee had less TP at his SHL draft. The money's decent, all things considered, and I hope to see him come on strong and be a good SHL defenseman for the Pride in the future.
We like him as a good locker room presence. I'm with him in UConn. They're great to chat with, hang out with. So we're hoping that they bring that to the San Francisco locker room. Also, you guys aren't wrong. New York does smell a little bit like piss and shit for the most part. So maybe I don't think it's me. I think I bring the New York wherever I go.
I think it's you've had bad luck in that the summertime when it's hot is particularly bad. So
Oh, it is nasty. It is disgusting. It's apparently going to hit 100 degrees here in New York Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, something like that. It's supposed to be abysmal.
Have you tried swimming in the Hudson yet? I hear it's pretty nice.
I should say the worst thing you could ever experience is a evening of rain in New York followed by a hot, humid trash day. There's nothing like it.
Oh my God, you straight up just can't breathe. It's one of the worst experiences you could ever go through. And no swimming in the Hudson, though I have swam in the Charles, and I feel like that's at least a close comparison there.
Yeah, how do you not have 4 eyeballs at this point?
I mean, who says I don't, and you guys haven't seen them yet?
Fair point.
I don't recall you having 4 eyeballs at the Bruins game.
You don't know where the eyeballs are. Did you look?
Fair.
Okay, they're in the back of my head. That's why I could talk to you guys and look at you and watch the game at the same time.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Anyways, New Orleans is up pick 41. The Spectres will be selecting, and they will be taking Harry Bold, user Gordy Boom. Gordy's been in and out of the SHL for a very long time. He's got a very solid bank account. The TP definitely needs some work, but if you can get him earning, he's got all the tools there to be a top SHL player. That's an old school render. You can tell by the damn visor. I don't know who it is off the top of my head. I gotta check. Someone's gonna tell me it's someone. How'd you not know it was this guy? But we'll see.
Yeah, I have no idea. I told you this is not a hockey
Kirk
league
Maltby.
anymore.
There we go. That's a render. Old school Detroit grinder, enforcer. But this will put us at Winnipeg at 42. The Aurora with their second pick of the draft after taking Jexter round 1, and they'll be looking to take Lino, their co-GM, orbiting death. I gotta pull. Do you know who this render is, or is it? You're gonna
Asking
make me
me
look.
Asking me who a render is like the last resort. I'm never getting it. I guess
It's Lino from Stray Kids. I don't know what Stray Kids is. What we do know about orbiting is that they're old and a boomer, so that makes sense. But yeah, very cool Belgian guy, longtime SHL user, massive bank account, co-GM of Winnipeg, lots of knowledge, has made some great SHL goaltenders, opting for the forward this time. But yeah, anyone who's talked to Orbiting knows they're a great person, can talk about a wide variety of topics, very smart person, wonderful pick.
Yeah, OD and I had a fun chat today because it was late. It was late in the afternoon, Europe time, and we were talking draft stuff. And then Orbiting was like, "All right, I got to go to bed." And then I was like, "All right, cool, get good night's sleep." And then like a half an hour later, popped back up. Was like, "Oh, actually, just had a thought." I was like, "I thought you would have gone to bed." So hopefully, Orbiting is well into the middle of their great night of sleep. This brings Manhattan up for their 4th pick of the second round. So they started with 7, end here with 4. No, there's still 2 more. They started with 7, potentially take 5.
Yeah, they're going to take Slick McMitzy and a Ross Johnston fan, 44. This is definitely one of the Duck server guys. I don't believe there has ever been a more Zoomer hockey name than Slick McMitzy in the SHL. It's definitely up there. Very fun. Banks, solid. TP needs improvement. But if you can get them going, that'd be a fun SHL username to have, player name to have for a while.
Did we look up Ross Johnson during the J draft? Maybe.
I don't know. I didn't watch the J draft. Ross Johnson is a Ducks player, though.
Yes, I just remember people being like, "Who is Ross Johnson?" And then it was like,
absolute
"Oh, yeah, this all makes sense."
Ross Johnson, ironically, does not have Slick McMitzies.
Ross Johnson, a current Anaheim player,
has absolute
he's on the
hands of
roster.
stone in real life.
Yeah.
perfect.
But this will bring us up to Edmonton at pick 44. And the Blizzard are looking to select Gus, the user It's Smalls. They have a previous player, I believe it was a goaltender. I'm speaking off the top of my head, which could be very wrong. Didn't quite pan out, but it's a fun guy to have in the locker room when they're around and talking. However, we're at the point of the draft where the questions of earning potential and long-term viability are a reasonable concern and questionable. So definitely something to keep an eye out there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Gus, It's Smalls, was pretty active in Detroit this season. I think earnings slowed down towards the end of the year, but was certainly like out of the gate amongst the top like 20 or so players in this class. So
last player was Smoking Jay Cutler.
That's right. Yes. But
you had a very good SMJHL career, just didn't quite carry over.
And loves to argue with Evil in the Detroit locker room, which obviously +1 for me for pulling at Evil strings.
This will put us at the Atlanta selection at 45. The Inferno are going to select Dmitry Kovalev, the user Willie Sod. TP very light. The bank is questionable. Waiver pickup. If you can fix those things, I love the name because Kovalev is one of my all-time favorite players. But yeah, definitely something to work on and hopefully become an SHL player in the future.
This is another one of those later joiners, so the TPE amount being a little bit lower makes a little bit of sense. Just having joined like in the middle of May versus the class starting in April. Obviously, the bank could do some work, but again, like this is when you start to get to those folks that joined at least a couple of weeks, if not, a month plus after the beginning of the class, but just got in before the trade deadline. The TB numbers, even with the catch up, can look a little bit behind. But I think Willie Sod got an opportunity to be a good value pick here in the second round for Atlanta.
Yeah, and this will bring us up to Edmonton again at pick 46. And the pick is in. They will be taking Shandora, the goaltender from the San Diego title, Duelio 5. What's very funny about this pick, Edmonton has, 4 prospects now, and 2 of them are goalies, and one of them is their co-GM.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there. I've been in that same exact scenario, and what happens is eventually you have 2 goalies with 1,600 or more TPE, and you have $6 million tied up in your goaltending, and unfortunately, you end up having to trade one for a second round pick. Now, from a value perspective, Shandora is
third in TPE.
The top earning goaltender, third in overall TPE. A ton of fun to be around. So good addition to the locker room. Great earner. Just a position that's not a value. And if Edmonton turns around and gets a second back in the future, potentially because Shandora wants to, be a full-time starter in the SHL, great. But also, like, if you're not totally maxed out in terms of budget and have a fully maxed out roster, which they have been used to for the last couple seasons, you can also carry 2 goaltenders and split, and it like everybody can enjoy that. So you can't really go wrong at 46 with the third in TP in the class, despite the position.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Only heard great things, and it's a solid pick, but could be a future goalie tandem or goalie interesting scenario in the future with the Blizzard. The Rage are back on the clock at 47 with their last of many second round picks. And they're going to take Kalen Voren, the user Rob JG2. TP's light, the bank's decent. I've had Rob J2 on his last player, Dwayne Swanson. He's a really good guy in the locker room when he's around. Bit of a quieter guy, but fun guy all around. If you get it back to an earning, really good pick, really good guy. Hope to see him long term.
And that takes us right to the end of the second round.
Yeah, that'll put Seattle on the clock with their second rounder, and they'll be looking to take Bay Augustine, the user Caltroit Red Flames. Caltroit's a longtime SHL user, great TP and bank, coming from the Great Falls Grizzlies, basing his player off Trey Augustine, the Detroit Red Wings prospect that's coming up and made Casa available. Heard great things about Caltroit. We were in our scouting meetings, and one of the players said, "Why are we talking about Caltroit?" And I said, "He's a goalie. Otherwise, he'd definitely be in the conversation." Great person, really fun to talk to, but goalie value has definitely been shown in this draft in terms of surplus and team value. But all in all, a great user and pick.
Yeah, I mean, I picked Cal in the top 10 with his last player, so like this is just telling you what the goalie market is like. But Cal is awesome, great locker room ad, huge. If you like SHL cards, Cal is one of many to thank, but Cal is a big part of the reason that the SHL cards run so smoothly. So just a great addition to the league, great addition to a Seattle locker room. That obviously coming off a back-to-back cup run, adding Koa and Cal, Seattle's probably pretty happy with their draft.
And this
I
will
think
segue us. We can just go right in the third. Are we?
I was
Are we
gonna say
just acting?
I think Kari also wanted a quick break for water.
Okay.
Is that fair,
Well,
Kari? Like
definitely
2 or 3
not water.
minutes?
Kari's getting Dr. Pepper.
Maybe.
We can wait. We can give her. We can give her a second. And we're back for the round 3 of the SHL Entry Draft. Manhattan, yeah, you might have heard of them. They've been on the clock once or twice. They'll be on the clock at pick 49. And the pick is in at pick 49. The Manhattan Rage are pleased to select Hefe Spazzola, the user Boxman498. As we've said before, TP, light, bank, light, but those are fixable things, and I hope to see it turn around soon. I love the Jofa render on the helmet. I don't know what that is. I got to find that out now. But yeah, definitely fixable things, but things that need fixing.
Hey. My name is Jeff.
Ray Bork render. Okay, there we go. That's an all timer. I don't think I've seen a Ray Bork render in the
Wow,
SHL.
that was an old Ray Bork because he doesn't even look like Ray Bork.
Yeah, it was a young Bruins Ray Bork, I think.
First pick for Texas here in the 3rd round. Or will they?
We have an update.
Oh.
Sports Center sound. Do. Texas is moving the pick to Montreal in exchange for the season 90 Montreal 3rd. This will put the Patriots on the clock for yet another selection.
To imagine that our pick was originally perhaps even owned by Montreal.
And they'll be taking Randy Knight, the user Sun Eater, 239 TP with 6.7 million. Pavel Datsuk render, I can know that one. That's a very distinctive looking alien man. But yeah, the money's good, the TP is light, the name's solid. Hopefully you can get them going active again.
The color jersey swaps just like takes me completely out of who those people could possibly be. Like you look at that, you know it's Datsuk, but the green jersey is such a thrower.
Yeah, not being in red for Datsuk is wild.
Yeah. D1. $51 on the draft board says Nashville, but the site had Montreal. Oh, this is from the trade earlier in the draft, right? Or like right before the draft? Just double check. Second guessing myself. It's certainly Nashville. I'll figure out where the pick came from while you talk.
Yeah, the pick is in though. So the Nashville Sound, I believe, will be selecting Thaddeus Block, the user JBZ. I feel like at this point we could just say same for the picks. Light TP, light money, fixable things, but it takes effort to get back into it. That's a Jason Robertson render. We can nail that one. But yeah, hopefully they can get back earning and going, coming from the Nevada Battlehorn.
Yeah, this was the trade from just a couple of days ago between Nashville and Montreal, where
Ace sent his dead body.
Ace sent his dead body.
Next up, we have Chicago at 52. The Syndicate will be picking.
It's Wasty.
And if you want someone who's got an SHL bank account, here he is. It's Wasty with over $100 million, just under 300 TP at this point of the draft. Kind of just here for the vibes. He's probably smoking weed, and he's got a lot of SHL cash he plans to blow on cards, probably.
Yeah, this everything that everybody told me was Wasty was like, one more time to get rid of all my money. And so if that's the way you want to go out, I would love for it to be in Chicago.
That'll bring us up to Cincinnati at 53. And the 6 will be looking to take Romeo Ninamaki, the user Winsavon. There have been a lot of people in the SHL who have been unhinged. Winsavon might be in my top 3 unhinged SHL Discord users. I think my name in Newfoundland to this day is still Elon Musk Terror Drone Spy. And that's entirely because of him. He just went on this hilarious rant about Elon Musk and his terror drones. And like I don't know if he was kidding or not, but he said so many funny things that were just outlandish that you just have to love the pick for that alone. Just the sheer audacity to say the things that everyone else won't. But this will put us. Winnipeg is passing, so Chicago's picking again, and the syndicate will take Billy Price, user Jaja Binks. Misa going to Chicago Syndicate.
So Jaja Binks added to Ryder Halak the second with the render. I'm starting to put together a little bit of a Star Wars crew, but Jaja Binks obviously in Vancouver have a pretty good pipeline of folks there. Not super involved in the locker room, but from a goalie perspective, just looking for another dart throw here, and I think Jaja can be a good ad for us. So excited to have him in Chicago.
Does he owe you what you would call a life debt?
Yes, certainly, yes.
All right, this will bring us up to 56. The Panthers on the clock. They'll be taking Luke Early, the user Erlin. Bank, TP, needs work. Austin Matthews render, blah. But, we're at the point of the draft where you beggars can't be choosers.
This brings up Hamilton, 57. Yeah.
And there we go. The Steelhawks are taking Darth Saver, the user back for more. Great name. Wonderful name. Yakov Dobish render 10 out of 10. The helmet, fantastic. The change there. TP kind of shit. Bank very shit. But fixable and all great stuff. So fix it. So to please be back. Because I love all of that.
Back for More's nickname player name was the first thing I noticed in the Detroit locker room after this last class. Darth Saver is just incredible, and I think you just
elite,
said great name.
Elite name.
Yeah.
But this will put us at Madison passing, Calgary passing, Texas picking. And the Renegades are taking Rocker Steiner. If ever there was a render that was a Texas pick, it's there. That's it. That's the one. Comes in a cowboy hat. What more do you need? but Bank and TP bad. Needs to work on it.
How did we get this specific cowboy? Is really
Watch it be like Bo Horvat or something for the render. What's the name again? Steiner.
Rocker Steiner.
That's the. Okay, so we gotta Google this guy. He's a world champion professional rodeo cowboy and bareback rider.
Bareback bronc rider is what Google is telling me.
I'm gonna reserve my comments at that and move on.
At 22 years old, he is already considered rodeo royalty.
Rides with the best of them. Anyways, Manhattan at pick 64. Pick is in, and they'll be selecting Andrew Gaines, the user Domino. That's an axolotl, so pretty cute. But TP and Bank need some severe work, but I'd, love to see them become an SHLer.
I just saw a video yesterday of an axolotl that plays tic-tac-toe with its owner, and it was one of the wildest things I've ever seen. Those facts are free, by the way. I charge for the rest.
But yeah, so the next pick up is New Orleans, and they'll be selecting at 65 Wender Jean. PK Subban render. That's the Team Canada version, though. But TP and Bank need work. TP is actually fairly decent for the third round.
That's not the Team Canada. That's the Devils, right? I
forgot he played for the Devils.
Yeah, that is the Devils.
He truly did have a like Shakespearean level fall towards the end of his career.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Wender was fairly active for us in Detroit at the end of the season. Was actually pretty big in the playoffs to helping that team get to the J Cup finals.
Yeah. Next up, we got a bunch of passes leading to Nashville at pick 70. They'll be taking Thraxi Lamour, the Texas Reaper. Not going to Texas, kind of sad, but I believe that's LaMelo Ball, or is that Lonzo Ball? It's one of the balls. Should have went to Tampa with all the balls, but yeah, TP and Bank need work.
I think that's LaMelo.
LaMelo, LaGello, LiAngelo. Too many balls.
I think the decision to have a half sleeve from the wrist to the up the forearm, skip the bicep, and then finish on your left on your pec is wild.
That's a shooter sleeve, sir.
Oh, is it? That's not a tattoo?
No, that's a shooter sleeve.
Oh, okay. I take it back. Sorry, I'm not in with the basketball gang, so.
But yeah, so Manhattan at pick 73, start of the fourth round is up. They will be taking Martin York, the user Arom from Detroit. TP low, Bank low, but you never know. We're at the point of the draft where you throw a dart and see if it lands. I think that's a Columbus. Yeah, is that Boone Jenner, or who's that Jackets player? Maybe Fantilli. Yeah, that puts us at LA at pick 74. Is this LA's first pick? I believe this is the Panthers' first pick.
Yes. No. The third round.
Luke he did not have a render, so this is kind of just his own thing happening here. Okay. But yeah, the Panthers at 74 are going to take. Pick is in, and it is Lane Stevens. The user Billy B. Oh, that's a Flyers player.
It's Owen Tippett.
Yeah, there it is. Just the Tippett. Lane Stevens heading to the Panthers. Needs some money in bank, but we'll see how it goes. And then we have Montreal at pick 75. And the pick is in. They will be selecting Siegfried's Lagalis. That's definitely a Latvian name. The user gobbles 43 million in the bank, but not much else in terms of TP. I want to find out who that render is. I bet you it's a Latvian player. Siegfried's. We go to the next player while I do it, but Rodrigo Abels. Yeah, that's a Latvian guy. Next up, we have the Cincinnati Six on the clock, and they will be selecting in the fourth round at pick 76. Lencho Parka. Lorenzo Mora 94. Waiver pickup, needs some work. Next up, we have no, 86 Nashville Sound on the clock. Nope, I lied. Denver 88 on the clock. The Glacier Guardians. They're taking Nico Rashford the fourth. Max earning player out of the Colorado Raptors. Their general manager. Is this a different? He had Ash Ketchum for most of the renders. Which one is this?
This has to be blue, right, instead of ash.
You'd think so, but red.
Are those
Red actually.
Delibird in the background, incredible.
Yeah, they like the Delibird. Two of them, but this is red actually for the Pokemon trainer. Rashford is one of the friendliest GMs out there. It's a great guy to talk to. Puts a lot of his time into the league, a lot of his free time, despite being a very busy person. He's a great GM. He's been a wonderful part of expansion, and is doing a great job navigating the ins and outs of GMing it over in Denver.
Especially the craziness of this last season in Denver.
Absolutely. So. But New Orleans on the clock at pick 89. The Spectres are selecting Keith LaFortune, or LaFortune, Seaside. Yeah, goaltender. Needs work. I want to know who the render is, though.
And I think for the most part, that takes us to...
Gump Worsley. That's a Habs legend. Very good goalie.
It takes us to the pretty much the end of the active group.
All right, we just read off then.
Yeah, if we want, we can just skip to updating the sheets.
Manhattan at 97 is going to take James Gagne. JT Games 464. 101, the Cincinnati Six are taking Riley Math. 113, the New Orleans Spectres take Luca Dominiani. Lucan. 125, the Six take Tommy Gimme Dome. Tom 2162. And then Cincinnati's taking a bunch of players at the end. Luke Jorgensen, Barracuda, Lux Fur, Tyler Klein, the Cooler Tyler, Duda, Paul 1971, and the last pick, the irrelevant Mr. / them irrelevant, Victor Belanger, Pokemoji. And that is your S89 SHL Entry Draft.
My only disappointment is that Tide Pod God didn't get selected in the SHL draft.
You could have taken him.
I could have. You're right. I could have taken him.
It's your fault. You're to blame. And that is your S89 SHL Entry Draft. I hope you're all excited about the teams you ended up on, excited about the futures of the teams you're on. And, I hope you all go forth and be good SHL citizens and help the league be fun and what brings us together. Reminder that, if you're just new and you're looking for ways to earn money, there's media, podcasts, graphics, plenty of jobs in the job postings section. If you're ever looking to help out, reach out to someone and say, hey, I want to help out. How do I do it? Ask a GM, ask a rookie mentor, someone who's been here a long time. They could probably direct you to do that as well. Any final words, Jay Riser, Nike, Curry?
Thank you to Jay Riser and Kari as always for all the extra effort. There's a ton that goes into making this production happen. So you two are super important to all that we did tonight, and thank you for all that you did.
Look, super excited to see the future of the SHL as we keep going. This is my third or fourth draft now as co. So this has been really exciting to see how teams are getting built, getting more ingratiated into this league, seeing how everybody is. And I'm excited to see how everybody goes forward. Again, I hope everybody's a great SHL citizen going forward. I would love to see as many of you guys make the jump to the big leagues as possible. And let's get ready for another great season.
All right, off we go. Thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of the night.
See ya.